While exploring Arkansas, I like to say that we go where no TV camera has gone before. And you could say that this is one of those places. Thunder Canyon Falls in the upper portion of the Buffalo National River. To say that it's located deep in the wilderness would be an understatement. And videographer Michelle Holliday and I agree that this is the perfect place to start out this week's exploration. As the crow flies, Thunder Canyon Falls is located about 12 miles southwest of Harrison. The trail begins at the Irby Trailhead and continues for 2 miles along Cecil Creek, during which you'll be crossing the creek several times. Little creek crossing never hurt anybody to get to the great spots. We made this hike with Gene Waters and his friend Kevin Middleton, who some years ago stumbled upon what later became known as Thunder Canyon Falls.
Well, it's probably roughly 20 years ago. A couple of friends and I were here in Cecil Cove looking for caves. We knew there was a lot of caves up here. We were just exploring every inch of it. And we just happened to come up this side canyon, and the farther we got up here, the cavier it looked, and we came around the corner and saw what you see behind us. And we were disappointed there wasn't a cave here, but we were sure glad to see this. It was quite a sight, and we stayed here for quite a while, rested and had a little meal, and then went on our way and caved the rest of the day. But this was definitely the highlight of that day. We didn't find any big caves, but we saw this waterfall, and we were pretty happy to see it. So it was definitely a successful day.
Kevin says the waterfall is in such a remote location that most of the locals didn't even know it existed.
After we found this, I was just curious because I'd never heard of it. There's lots of waterfalls around here, and quite a few of them have names. But I asked around folks that live in this area if they knew about it and if it had a name. And I never found anybody that knew anything about it, and never found a name. And we really didn't name it. It was just a place. I occasionally brought somebody, and just no one came. There was no trail. There was no sign of man up here. And just occasionally we'd come up here. I'd bring some friends, and I never found a name for it. So, I don't know how many people had seen it before we came up here, but probably not a whole lot. It's kind of difficult to get to.
The kind of difficult to get to part, as Kevin mentioned, is towards the end of the hike, where the creek bed is solid rock that's been carved out by the rushing water. Here you'll want to be extremely careful, as the steep hillside is very slippery, and one wrong step will send you tumbling down into the water chute. This is the sort of hike that could be compared to life in general. Sometimes the struggle to get to where you want to be can be long and difficult, but the end result is well worth it. Located about 5 miles west of Crossett, Felsenthal National Wildlife Refuge is an intricate system of rivers, creeks, sloughs, swamps, and lakes throughout a vast bottomland hardwood forest. Some of the objectives are to provide habitat for migratory waterfowl and other birds, and also to provide habitat and protection against some of the endangered species, like the red-cockaded woodpecker. The decline of the red-cockaded woodpecker is primarily attributed to the reduction of pine trees of sufficient age for nesting, 60 years plus.
Their habitat is becoming where it's less and less. They like loblolly and shortleaf pines, some longleaf, but here we have the loblolly and the shortleaf, and there's becoming less and less of this type of forest here, and they like a live pine. They excavate their cavities from the live pines.
And that's the only woodpecker, I understand, that does that in a live tree.
Yes. Now other critters use all of their cavities. We've seen squirrels and owls and lizards and frogs and lots of wood ducks using their cavities that other woodpeckers will enlarge, and they become unsuitable for them, and so other critters move in and use their cavities.
And what is it, tell us about this contraption now.
This is called a treetop peeper, and it extends 50 foot, it's fiberglass pole, and it has a camera on the end with the light. It goes into the cavity and transmits down to this monitor where you can see inside the cavity.
Those pine trees on the refuge that contain red-cockaded woodpecker nests are marked with a white band. There are approximately 12 colonies on the refuge, with 2 to 4 birds per colony.
When they nest and have young, all of the birds will eventually leave except for maybe a male. All the females will usually leave after the first nest season. They'll stay there maybe a year and then they'll leave and try and find a mate somewhere else.
Getting the red-cockaded woodpecker off the endangered species list may take quite some time.
Yeah, it's going to take years, but I mean, we're working on that now to grow our population with the burning and timber harvest, trying to get our basal area down to what the birds like. And we could also start doing some translocating from other places that have a bigger population to help build ours up.
Since national wildlife refuges are known as America's best-kept secret, the refuge system is trying to let that secret out about what's actually available here.
National wildlife refuges are wild places, and I guess that word wild doesn't appeal to the masses. But Fish and Wildlife Service is taking a great initiative to try to change that. We're currently trying to connect people with nature and given any effort we can to appeal to not only, the hunters and the fishermen, but also the bird watchers and the wildlife enthusiasts and the hikers. And here at Felsenthal, we take a lot of pride in our partnerships. And so we work well with the Girl Scouts, and we'll have them come out and do various things on the refuge. And we work with the local community. We're in a mill town, and so we work with the mill and do great things for kids, go into the schools and teach them about, wildlife and how water is important and all that cool stuff.
Primarily, it was established for wintering waterfowl habitat and for endangered species, which the RCWs that we've been watching here today, as well as outdoor public recreation, or those are the main factors that we focus in on. The big difference between what we in National Wildlife Refuges do and national parks do, national parks are geared towards high public usage and more about people, and National Wildlife Refuges are geared towards the animals. It's all about habitat for the animals and what's best for the animals, and the critters take the top priority in everything else that we do. So we do have several other programs that we offer, hunting programs, fishing programs. We do a lot of outdoor education type programs, but above everything else, the critters are the most important thing to us.
About 6 miles west of Helena is the Delta Heritage Trail State Park. And what this is a rails to trails conversion, a unique way to see the Delta that you may not have even thought of before.
It is quite a different way. You know, most people don't think much of the Delta. There's not much to see here, but there actually is a lot. You know, for people that's not from this area, you know, you get the chance to see different agricultural plots. You get to see the chance for bicycling. You know, there's not much of that in this area, and this is a great opportunity for cycling or hiking, just for a leisure walk. The trail here actually, as you can see, is a great canopy over us here. Yeah. And great protection from the sun during midsummer. It's almost 10 degrees cooler underneath here.
And especially folks that don't like to go up and down hills, hey, this is perfect.
Yeah, this is perfect. It's on a steady grade. All 73 miles is on a steady grade, so it's great for, it's not really
all that difficult
to cycle. And this corridor was part of, once was Missouri Pacific's railroad that was built between 1902 and 1904. And there was a train called the passenger car that was named the Delta Eagle, and this was its path. It would run 2 routes daily from Louisiana to Memphis. What we're coming on up here is Lick Creek. And during the Civil War, there was supposed to have been a battle or a little small skirmish that took place here between a few Union soldiers and a few Confederate soldiers.
The Delta Heritage Trail really does provide a tour that you really don't expect to see in the Delta.
No, you don't really expect to see this. Most of the Delta is covered in agricultural fields, and you know, you'll see soybeans and rice and such. You know, at one time this was supposed to have been covered with hardwoods back in the early 1800s before European and American settlers come in. This was just a diverse area of hardwoods from around Illinois all the way down to New Orleans. And now, after the production of cotton and so forth, you know, all the forest has been destructed, and now we're left with just lots of farm fields. And throughout the area, we've got a lot of there's only minimum amount of forest left, which our park does go through one of the largest areas, which is the White River National Wildlife Refuge. It's in St. Charles, and our park runs through that area, which is of great significance. It's one of the largest in this part of the United States.
The entire Rails to Trails concept has turned old railroad lines into something completely different, offering a totally brand new experience.
It's of national significance that what we've done here is taken the old corridor and we've placed a hard-packed limestone rock, which makes a nice level area for riding cycles or walking or jogging. Throughout the trail you can see different diverse wildlife, perfect opportunities for birding, also for cycling, like I said.
Once completed, the Delta Heritage Trail will stretch for 73 miles, extending to near McGee. We cycled down all the way to Old Town Lake, a really nice picturesque cypress tree-filled oxbow lake, where we took in a little kayaking, which is also offered by Delta Heritage Trail State Park.
The lake here is a 1,200-acre oxbow lake that's located adjacent to the Mississippi River. And the oxbow lake was created by the Mississippi throughout time after settlement, and the meanders in the river formed this lake. And after a period of time, the oxbow becomes just a horseshoe. The river breaks away from the bend in the river, and then it creates a lake. And then over time, this lake will actually begin to settle in.
And this is about, what, several miles in length?
Yes, sir. It's probably around 5 to 6 miles in length, more than likely. It's also, it has a diverse amount of wildlife here. It's widely known for its for
fishing.
For fishing. Everyone loves to come fishing.
Crappie.
For crappie, it's great for crappie fishing.
Oops, didn't mean to let the secret out. Oh well. In a setting like this, you'd think we were miles and miles in the middle of nowhere. Actually, we're just several miles north of I-40 near Atkins. This is Goose Pond Natural Area, within the Point Remove Creek Wildlife Management Area. Now this is what we're talking about, natural state exploration.
Goose Pond is about a 400-acre cypress-tupelo swamp it's located just on the edge of Pope and Conway counties here in the Arkansas River Valley. And it's unique to the river valley in that there are very few remaining cypress-tupelo swamps here in the Arkansas River Valley. And historically there weren't as many swamps, cypress-tupelo swamps, in the river valley as in the Delta or the coastal plain of South Arkansas. So it's especially unique to the river valley. Lots of species, amphibian species, one being the bird voice tree frog. That's a species that's found here. That's a management species of concern that's tracked by the Arkansas Natural Heritage Commission. And this property was initially acquired by the Heritage Commission in 1981 and has since been deeded over to the Game and Fish Commission as part of the Ed Gordon Point Remove Wildlife Management Area. And so the area as a whole is managed for waterfowl and wading birds, and primarily with, of course, with deer and other upland species as well, but primarily waterfowl and wading birds.
Since many species of migratory waterfowl visit Goose Pond during the winter months, it is a popular waterfowl hunting area.
Goose Pond is, even though it is within the natural area system of the Arkansas Natural Heritage Commission, it is open to hunting, utilized heavily by waterfowl hunters every year, and deer hunting around the periphery of the higher elevations. But the easement agreement between the Heritage Commission and the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission simply doesn't allow for any harvest of timber, so that it'll remain as a cypress-tupelo swamp in perpetuity.
In the south section of the wildlife management area off Fish Lake Road from exit 101 on I-40, there's quite a picturesque and serene little lake setting that also offers some great photo ops, especially if you happen to spot the beavers that reside here. Also in the same area is Remmel Marsh, named after Raleigh Remmel, who was widely known as Papa Duck and devoted decades of work with Ducks Unlimited to keep waterfowl populations healthy. Along with the water areas and marshes, Point Remove Wildlife Management Area is just a really neat, peaceful setting that's only a hop, skip, and a jump from I-40. And if you come late in the afternoon or early in the evening, your chances of seeing wildlife are much better, plus the extra added attraction of a sunset. So check out all the marshes and wildlife at Point Remove Creek Wildlife Management Area, along with Goose Pond Natural Area, just north of Interstate 40 near Atkins and Blackwell. And for more on this destination, plus many of our others, and to read my blog or to order a copy of an episode, visit our website, aetn.org/exploringarkansas. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.